I think we covered the
Okay,
existing
Picto.
Magical Ranged DPS, so we'd like to show off Pictomancer.
Yeah, Picto. I want to see the Twitch chat emote package.
Ooh!
I want to be able, dude. I want to see like someone paint XFFing. Yeah, yeah.
So of course, there's going to be drawings. We call them different motifs that the Pictomancer will draw, I guess. And then each of them have different abilities that can be executed
Dude, you guys
with
are
different
dumb.
effects, of course. And then you render them in order to sort of attack your enemies, and then you kind of collect, or not collect, but you do multiple of those in order to execute an even more powerful spell.
Capable of granting buffs and party, or party buffs to party and self. Okay.
And of course, the Pictomancer is also capable of granting buffs to the party and themselves.
Man, it's fucking hilarious that the Pictomancer doesn't have res because it needs to be able to res itself. It's gonna be dead on arrival.
Pictomancers that may not have a very high damage output might be like Yoshida, who can't draw very well. So I think, yeah, words might not be able to describe what the Pictomancer can do. So let's look at it in game.
Okay.
大丈夫そうか。はい、大丈夫です。あなたが急にね、キーをガチャガチャガチャって叩き始めるとね、何かあったかってちょっとビビる。
Just double checking if FoxClone didn't write any notes again. So this is, of course, the AF gear for the Pictomancer.
Yeah, it's so cute.
So as you can see in the hotbars, these are the different actions that are available for the Pictomancer.
What do you think of this job gauge, man? I don't know about this.
And depending on the
Yo, this job has less
or
button than
the
Summoner.
brush set, the design of the palette is also different, and our team is very particular about the designs of these per the different sets. So let's take a look at the job HUD here.
Man, you guys remember when Realm painted Ultros?
So
And it was
the
actually a
motifs that
really
you
dark
first
moment.
Draw or sketch. There are 3 different kinds.
And Ultros like started to fucking have a fucking meltdown because he was like, "Wow, I'm just a stupid dumb octopus." I felt so bad. I actually felt so bad. I was like, "Holy
So
shit!"
these 3 different motifs involve a creature one, a weapon one, as well as a landscape one. And you have 3 canvases in your job HUD. From the left, that's where your creature motif goes. Second, or the middle one, will be the weapon, and then the landscape will be to the far right. Let's actually try doing some of these drawings
Yeah.
or motifs. So during combat, in order to draw or create a motif, there will be cast time involved. But when you're outside of combat, there is no requirement for casting time.
Wait, what?
ホットバーの C8、C9
Oh, so it's letting you prep your shit pre-pull. It lets you prep your shit. Nah, you shouldn't have to wait. I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna have a cooldown.
風景を描きます。
So you see in the hotbar, Control 8, Control 9, and Control 0 has pom-pom, weapon, and landscape, respectively. So pom-pom does the creature, the hammer, of course, creates the weapon, and then landscape is, well, landscape.
描きますね。はい。
Okay, so
Yeah, there's no cooldown, guys.
今 A 賞
There's no cooldown. You just do it.
描きましたけど
Pom pom. You just do it.
描かれたの分かりますね。
Yeah.
Of course, we're not engaged in combat right now, so you didn't see cast time, and it was instant. But as you can see on the far left, we see the creature motif.
Yeah, you got a balloon. What is that?
Next, we will do a weapon motif.
Oh, okay.
で最後風景の絵を描きます。
Next is a landscape.
Okay. I don't think the order
走り
matters.
ながらでも別に
I don't think so.
描いたりとか。
So of course, right now we're outside of combat, so it's instant, and then even if you're moving around, you can create your motifs. So as a first step, let's remember that there are these 3 different motifs. Before we go into how these motifs come into play, let us explain the different magic, let's see, ether hue, elements.
This is
the
kind of crazy, man.
Pictomancer
This has
in
very
combat.
few buttons, dude. Holy shit.
So with the ether hue, the icon will be automatically replaced with the next step in the combo route. So it's kind of like a skill rotation combo.
Okay. Paint. Okay. Okay, now it switches. Okay, so red, green,
You see that it's been
blue.
automatically replaced.
Okay.
Yo, it's only a 1 second cast.
So with the ether hue combo, once it's related to colors basically, or maybe like light might be a close concept too. But as you can see in that palette gauge, you can now see that you have white color available.
栄唱のない魔法が使えるようになりますからね。
So you can utilize that one of the charges on that palette gauge to execute an instant sort of action spell.
もう一回ありますね。
Okay, so red, green,
これが弱めの
blue.
栄唱が
You'll
早
get
い魔
another
法
one of those things. Okay, so what happens when you
This
do
is
red,
less
green?
powerful, but relatively quick to cast.
So red. Okay, so yeah, so
spell.
1, 2, 3. It gives you gauge plus it plus after your 3, it gives you a cartridge.
ゲージがこうレインボーのやつ増えてきますよね。
So in addition to the palette gauge, you see like a rainbow kind of gauge also. And by consuming some charge, 50 charge off of that rainbow gauge, you can activate subtractive palette, which basically kind of flips over the palette, kind of changes the element of your ether hue.
これを使うと、
Oh.
色の属性をさっき白系だったのを栄唱は長いけど強力な魔法を栄唱しながらさらに強力な
Oh, but it goes
ブラッ
back.
クコメットみたいなさっきのホワイト
Okay, so it goes back.
So of course, earlier we utilized
So you're
the
gonna
white
save up
color
a-
to cast Holy in white with the subtractive palette, and you change the elements of the ether hue. Your different sort of ether hue spells will expand. Of course, cast times will become a little bit longer, but they
Yeah.
are going to be a bit more powerful. So you saw like Thunder.
So
and
it's just
Magenta,
kinda like
or
Ifrit when you go into
Comet
Ifrit.
in black, and
Yeah,
and
it's like
things
when you go
that.
into Ifrit. Except for you don't need a
説
gauge
明が
on
分かりやすく
summoner.
するためには魔法だけの説明をしてるんですけど、栄唱が短くてちょっと威力が抑え
All
られ
right,
てる
so
や
yeah,
つ
so
を
you're gonna go 1, 2, 3,
溜まったら
1, 2,
切り替える
3. But they haven't done 1, 2, 3 twice. So do you get another white? Do you
So
get
this
another
is
cartridge?
Just the ether hue things. So
You would have to.
As you can see, the basic movements is you try to accumulate your palette gauge and your rainbow gauge so that you can utilize the charges that are accumulated.
So you're just gonna save up
to
for 100 and
unleash
then
more
5.
powerful, ether hue spells.
Yeah, so you're just saving up for 105. Then you're gonna hit your rainbow move right here at 7, and it's gonna flip your palette, and then you're
And
just
before
gonna
we
do
jump
that in the
into
burst.
motifs and the
Oh,
different
was that a dash?
Pictomancy, I also wanted to go over some of the sub actions. So there is an action that will allow for you to move quickly towards the direction you're facing.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
で一瞬だけ
Oh, it has was that 20-second cooldown? Okay.
And then you see an enhancement. For a short period of time, your movement speed will increase.
意外
That's
と
actually
長
kind
距
of
離
cool.
移動し
Okay.
ますので、
So you can travel a pretty good distance with this action. So be careful when you get to the edge so that you don't fall off of the platform. And then on the top row of the hotbar, those are some of your AoE attacks. So we're going to skip detailed explanation on that. So we're gonna go into the motif and Pictomancy.
今までのジョブのイメージ
So you get
他の
3
ジョブのイメー
balloons,
ジに
3 hammers, and 3 balloons, 2 hammers,
So,
1 landscape.
With these actions, because it looks like it's side by side, it might make you think that, well, it's something that you utilize with the 3 in a row.
それぞれ独立
Oh,
した
maybe you don't. It's not a balloon. You're right. It's
That said,
these
although they are
nuts.
next to each other, they are individual like motifs that you can utilize. So they're not necessarily connected to each other. Okay, so we'll start with the creature motif on the left. So let's start with the creature motif. You have created the motif, but then you need to render it in order to actually
We'll finish this, though.
execute this as an attack.
じゃあイマジンポンポン
The
使う
Japanese is pretty silly. The Japanese literally sounds like imagine a pom pom, but the English, I believe, is living muse.
全然違った。
Living muse.
はい, so we're going to render this as an attack.
Okay.
文字通りポンポンがむしり取られて上から落ちていくんですね
We see a whole bunch of Moogle pom poms, probably torn off of some poor Moogle's head, pouring down
Oh,
onto
so
your
now that he's in combat, that cast is gonna.
落ちてきましたよね
There's gonna be a cast. He has to
さっきの
cast to charge that again.
So of course, if you look at the canvas, the white square, because we have rendered the motif into an attack, canvas is now blank.
で
So canvas is blank, but you can still continue to draw a creature motif. This time it will be the wing motif will become available. We shall create the motif.
Holy shit. That's a long cast. Okay, so the wing.
でキャンバス
Okay, so now you got a wing.
And as you can see, it is now on our canvas. So with this, now we can render the wings as an attack. So these are wings, and so we're going to render the wing.
Okay.
はい
Wow, so now there's another painting you can
ポン
do?
ポンと羽を描いたので
Oh,
これによ
it
って
saves what you paint. It
読みました
like,
か
okay, so you're building up to shit. Okay.
確か
So
にア
with
ピ
the
ールしてます
palm and the wings, you see a little Moogle up there. You rain.
Yeah, someone's appealing.
そう
So,
それ
man,
に
I don't know
よっ
if it's
て
just me, but sometimes they explain stuff so slowly I forget where we're at in the
モーグルの絵が完成
conversation.
したっていうイメージですねモーグリが
I'm like, wait, what are we talking
With that,
about
we can
again?
now render a full Moogle.
で読みますねモーグリ
はい。
Okay, so we're gonna call forth the Moogle.
Okay.
おお
Okay.
なんとモーグリストームというレーザーをぶっ放してくれた
And so with the
So then what is this
Moogle,
fucking
it's
thing's
going
burst
to
phase? Gonna be the
unleash its,
motifs?
Oh, Mog of all ages. I
De-
love the English name.
さらに今度は爪の絵が描けるので爪の絵を描きます
Okay, so this is the final one.
So we will draw a picture of a claw.
Yeah.
で爪を具現化します
And then we're going to render this claw as an attack.
ほう
Okay. Oh,
This
so now this
salary.
is like the
今度は
so
牙が
each
描けるよう
so
になっ
each
たので
motif has
牙の絵を描
three
き
different
ます
things.
So
Okay.
now a set of fangs become available. So
Okay.
we will depict that as our motif.
そしてさらに牙を具現化します
And then render it as an attack.
これに
Oh,
よ
and
っ
then
て
back to
全
the
ての要素
pom-pom.
が揃ったの
Okay,
で
right.
マディーンが
So now the canvas goes blank, and then there were symbols above the canvas, but we were able to fill the slots there. So we have yet another creature that was summoned, the Medine.
で
Medine. Okay.
一番
What?
強い攻撃が出る
Fuck.
And then we
Okay, so
can
now it's
render it
completely
as an
fucking blank. It's
attack for a very
completely
powerful
drained.
strike. So I'm sorry, I made
Nah.
a mistake when I was mentioning the Imagine Pom Pom move. It is not Living Muse, it was Palm Muse.
Okay.
まあ絵を描く自体にも、まあ、間違ったあ
I wonder if you can swift cast that fucking palm thing.
後でまたやります
はい
We'll do it.
次この武器の絵
Okay, so now going on to the weapon motif.
ここですね、さっきピクトウェポンしましたんで、ハンマーが使えるようになってます
So now we can use the hammer.
ハンマーが具現化します
Going to render that as an attack.
でこれは具現
Oh,
化
it's a
すると
buff.
こっちに3段コンボとして使えるようになるのでこれ、ね
Okay.
結構長い間使えるんで使えますインスタントなので無影響
Okay. Oh, so it's a combo. Okay, so the hammer is a combo.
So with
Okay.
the weapon motif, this is more like a combo.
Yeah, alright,
with,
alright.
with a very short, if not instant cast. Your
Poimo
hammer
win.
combo, almost like a triple cast.
なので
Yeah, so
書いておいて、そろそ
so
ろ
then the weapon
ボ
is
スが
like
激しい攻撃してくるぞってなっ
the
たら
weapon is like what?
具現
Titan?
化してそうその
Seems that way.
アクションにこう敵のアクションに対応しながらこれで火力切らさないみたいなこともできますよと。
So a way to use the weapon motif would be to have it on standby, kind of depicted in your canvas, and then once you're ready to go in and deal continuous damage, you can unleash your hammer combo so that you're continuously outputting damage. So next is the landscape motif. This one has a longer casting time because it is also the depiction for your party buffs.
実行します。
Ooh.
Executing.
こうやって、
Okay.
はいこのまあ別にもっと広い範囲に効果あるんですけど、でさらに
Oh.
攻撃にも転じられる。
So of course, not only is it a buff, but you can also utilize it for attacks.
Yo,
this
you
is
guys
gonna be
notice this? It
wider
gives you
because it's
free.
gonna be
It gives
part
you a
of
free
party
use of
buff.
this.
こちらをですね展開中は
Yeah,
で
it
すね
gives you a free use. Look, it's gonna go away in a
さっき
second.
の説明した
Yep.
最初の魔法
So it's just
まあ
like in
無影響
Shroud
で
and
使えた
everything.
りここと組み合わせてバースト
Yeah, it basically
無影響
gives
です
you a
る
free palette
みたいな
swap.
感じ
So with the landscape motif and the buff that you can apply to the party will allow for your ether hue, the magics that we explained earlier with the different colors in the palette, to be cast without the longer cast time. So if you want to say going into a battle and starting off with like a damage burst in the beginning of a battle, that might be a way to place your buff there and start off your battle with optimal damage output.
ちょっとだけ回しますねそんなに手に馴染んでるわけじゃない
So you would start with your raid buff at the start of the fight. So you would start with
So,
landscape
Pictomancer's
actually.
rather different from the other magic ranged DPS. So, apologies, it's still getting used to how it moves around. But let me show you some examples of how a skill rotation might look like.
Okay, yeah. Let's see it. Holy shit. Okay.
あれこの後どうすんだっけ
Oh, already
そうだ
forgot.
ピクトウィングだった
Yeah, that's the raid buff that goes out. Okay, that's the raid buff. Yeah. And for some reason that was instacast. Hammer combo,
賑やかですね。
auto crit direct hit.
Very fancy.
Yeah, you can swift cast the fucking
まあ
things.
今みたい
Okay,
な
that's what I
感
thought.
じで意外と一個ずつ説明すると
So at first glance, it might look like there's a lot of cast time involved,
Yeah.
but you are kind of weaving in different movements as you are doing things. So once you get used to
This might be
it,
kind of
I think
skill
it might
intensive
be,
actually to
a
try to
fun way
uptime
kind
your
of
or to try to
maneuver
manage your
around what
cast
you
times.
need to do next.